Greetings, you guys. Okay, so this is going to be a general guidance reading. Alright, so I'm gonna just tap into the collective. Holy Spirit, what is the message? Is there a message? Is there a message? Holy Spirit, is there a message that you wish to deliver to the collective at this time? Is there a message that you wish to deliver at this time? Is there a message that you wish to deliver at this time to the collective? Six of Swords. So you're being supported with a new change, a transition that you're going through. This transition may not be easy for you at this time. I feel like you are kind of leaving something behind that maybe you didn't want to leave behind, or yeah, it's kind of like it wasn't easy, but it's the best thing for you. I feel like you know this. However it happened, whether it was self-imposed or whether it was, just divine, it happens how it needed to happen. You have support here. You have the Sister of Wands, which is the Page of Wands in this deck. So you could be supported by a sister or like a sisterhood friend, something like that. Yeah, it's like you're moving into a new territory, I'm hearing. And it's kind of like right now where you're at, where you're standing, it feels deserted. It feels like maybe you're not able to see the full picture, when it comes to this transition. I feel like you're in the middle of it, okay? It seems like you're deserted or things have exhausted themselves or they dried up. That is not the case. Seven of Pentacles. So it's really a test of patience, I feel, really. Yeah, I feel like you've set some things in motion. You've been manifesting some things for yourself. You've been creating. There's something here with growth as well. I feel like for some of you, Spirit is shifting the way that you perceive where you're at, in a sense that whatever you've left behind, even if it took your courage, it took you being brave to leave something behind where others might look at it as a fail or a loss. Maybe you were perceiving something as a loss, but even in the midst of that, you're brave enough to have faced the challenges head on, and you're moving past that. But I feel like the test of patience is really knowing that growth still happens, even if it seems like nothing is manifesting or moving. Yeah, that is the test. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles. It's like she's studying for a test. That is the test. Let's see. Three of Swords. Yeah, something painful. The Three of Pentacles, and I feel like whatever that was, this is the painful lesson that maybe you learned. And again, this is like a part of your growth, and it's kind of like this testy energy where it's like, okay, well, how much longer, Spirit? How much longer do I have to participate in this and wait? And because it feels like there's something that is still something that you're meant to sit with and learn and kind of like, but you have help. And you might feel like, okay, no one's really here, no one really understands, or it's just me dealing with this. But in truth and essence, you are being assisted in some type of way through the transition, even if it's like past advice that you received from others or some other aid or source that you can take with you and carry with you, whether on a mental note or literally. Remind yourself, whether it's a book or a podcast or a video or a text message or whatever it is, you can carry that forward with you to help you through this transition. Now, I feel like what's happening is that you guys will start to deal with the wound, because it's kind of like we make the decision to either we see something for what it is, or we recognize, okay, this happened, or I can't believe that just happens, or I had to do it even though it hurt to make a decision, or leave this behind, or leave this person behind, or cut this off, or whatever, or someone else doing this to you. As much as it may hurt, the real part of the one of the most painful processes of it is actually like the initial shock, and then it leads to actually feeling in the energy and the realization of what just happened, or what it is that you really feel once you start to pull those swords out. That's one of the most painful parts, you know. And I feel like that, you know, it's brave to, if it's something that, if you resonate where you left something in the past, or you needed to make a decision to move away from something, or cut something out of your life, or a habit, or something that you made this decision to do, that was brave. Or even if you were put in the position where you had no choice, where someone left you, or a circumstance, situation left you no choice but to have to move forward and move past something, it's brave within itself to even do that. But the real bravery comes when we pull those swords out of the chest, you know, that pain, when we deal with what hurt us truly. And that's where the real healing starts to begin, when you remove the thorns, the swords out of, you know, your wound, out of, you know, the injury rather. And then it leads to this purification process. But even in the midst of it, I feel like there might be still a little bit of a lack of clarity, or, but I feel like you will get that soon. Soon. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna clarify with this tarot deck. Whoa. Someone asked me what the name of this deck is. To be honest, I found it on Amazon under just tarot cards. It doesn't have, it's not an official tarot deck. It's just called tarot. It says tarot cards with meanings on them. So maybe you can look that up. But yeah, this is beginner friendly. I would suggest these cards for anyone that, you know, is a beginner. But, you know, intuition is everything. So you want to expand your knowledge. You can use these to clarify cards, maybe where you have to use your intuition first initially. But yeah, so Spirit is saying like this is implementing new ways of thinking with the Page of Swords, like a renewed sense of mind, a renewing of the mind. So it may not be easy really to step forth into this energy because it's so fresh. But you got this. Yeah, Nine of Wands in reverse. So yeah, you guys might be struggling just a little bit with whatever this is. I feel like really, because you guys are all unique, whatever this is that you're walking away from, or that maybe you were put in the position to have to walk away from, you're still kind of like overwhelmed by the change, by the shift of it. You know, you maybe not really feel as optimistic or energized. And really, for some of you, you may be called to just really lay low and just rest for a time. The Six of Cups, yeah. You don't want to live in the past. It's in reverse. You don't want to be prone to living in the past or being stuck and replaying things over and over again. If there's people involved, it's the need for you to forgive, okay? For some of you guys might be leaving, or maybe something that you once called home, or a connection that felt like home, or a kinship, a friendship, a romance, or, you know, someone you grew up with. Maybe you had to let that go. That's painful. Shoot, I know how that goes. Someone that you may have known since childhood, or someone that you considered a sister or a brother. For some of you, like a love that you've known since you were a child. That's not easy either. Or healing from your first love. For some of you, it's maybe leaving a childhood home. Or some of you, this is very painful. I don't know who this is for, this specific part, but someone may have lost their childhood home or something. I don't know, foreclosure or something happened. For some of you, it's just literally bittersweet that you know it's time to leave things that were once home to you, or you felt comfortable. You're leaving that to gain your independence now. Truly gain your independence as a person, period. Maybe it's leaving a job so that you can excel higher. Just leaving your hometown and deciding, okay, it's time for me to venture out, and I'm being called to move somewhere else. You know, whatever that may be, it's kind of bittersweet, but you know that you need to do it. I'm going to pull some of my spiritual cards, my spiritual deck, oracle cards. Yes, I think, see, there's a theme of threes, Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles. So 33 might be significant to you. Sevens might also be significant, or 5, because there's Seven of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, and we did pull the Seven of Pentacles. Holy Spirit, for this collective, what is the message? You have light and shadow, spiritual maturity. Yeah, so you guys are doing some shadow work, of course. Deep shadow work for some of you. Confirmations. Yeah, you will be getting confirmations, or maybe this reading is a confirmation, but you will be receiving confirmations that you're making the right decision, no matter how painful the transition is. You guys are breaking free out of a karmic cycle, I'm hearing as well. Spiritual test. Yeah, remember I was saying something about a test. Spiritually being tested, and your process right now. It's like you're being called to really trust the process, even if it feels like nothing's happening, nothing's moving, or you feel kind of like all of your work was for naught. It is not for naught. It wasn't. Every experience is going to lead you to where you need to be, even if it goes against a little bit the plans that maybe you set for yourself. Deliverance and / detox. So you guys are breaking free of some heavy restrictions or change. Whatever this is that you're freeing yourself of, you may not have seen it as something maybe that was toxic for you, or a person or situation, or maybe for some of you, you did see it and you did know, but regardless of it, you broke yourself free. Like, rest in that and knowing that you did make the right decision. Confirmations, like, rest assured in that. Request and petition. So request and petition for some of you could be that you, not to shy away from help, whether it's people in your immediate, environment, or it's divine help. Never be too proud to ask for help. What's going on? Ask for understanding as well. Wisdom, like, what is going on, Spirit? Make your request known to God, I just heard. Okay, I'm going to pull one more. Answering the call. This is my cheap version of an iPhone, but are you going to answer the call, or are you going to ignore it? So Spirit is calling you higher, but are you really ready? Even if you don't have all the ins and the out, do you trust? Do you trust in the divine? Do you trust the higher order of things? So there's something maybe that Spirit wants you to peep game, but it's something that you're saying no to, or you're not really paying attention to. You're avoiding something that Spirit wants you to pay attention to. Some of you guys might be a little reluctant to help at this time, or new energies coming in, new people, new situations, because it's unfamiliar. But Spirit is saying there's some ordained encounters that is going to happen. Some ordained, yeah, collective and reconnect. So yeah, Spirit may be bringing some people back in your life that is meant to help you. Use your discernment, because you might be like, no. And if it be that it's not of your highest good, Spirit saying to pay attention and say no. But for others of you, you are connecting with, you're some divine encounters, okay? Ordained encounters. It's going to be beneficial to where you're at right now in your process of healing. So in your journey, whatever it is that you just released, whatever you just moved away from. But whoever this is for, I hope this was helpful. Much love as always. Be blessed. Be safe. Take care. Peace.